Alright, welcome back everybody. My name is Pritesh here with Kaizen Crypto, bringing you another video. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you all so much for joining me here today in this video showing you how to vote on some of your favorite Project Catalyst proposals. So really exciting times. Congratulations to all of you crypto holders. I know right now with Bitcoin breaking over $20,000, I'm thinking that ADA price is probably going to be following suit. But now we can also start to see real governance happening on Cardano. So exciting times ahead. I wanted to go through in this video and show you step by step how to go about voting on some of these Project Catalyst proposals. I did go ahead and create a first video to show you how to go about registering. So in this video today, it's a follow-up, kind of like a part 2, how to actually choose these proposals and submit your vote. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So we're taking a look at the Catalyst voting app on my mobile device. I'm using an iPhone today, and in order to log in, it's asking us to enter in our 4-digit PIN code. So this is the same PIN code that we use to register to vote using the Daedalus Catalyst application. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and type in my 4-digit PIN code. After you've gone through and typed in your PIN code, you can go ahead and tap on Continue. After we've entered into the application, we can see a couple things here at the very top. So it shows us our voting power on the left-hand side. Our voting power is going to be equivalent like a 1-to-1 based on the amount of ADA that we held in our wallet balance at the time of the snapshot. So in this instance, for example purposes today, I've got a minimum of 8,000 ADA as my voting power. I do have a separate application which I'll be using to actually vote for real on a lot of these proposals, but this is going to be for demonstration and testing purposes. Next to that, we can also see our rewards. So we'll go through the rewards at the later part of this video. I did want to talk a bit about that. This voting is actually incentivized, so I think that's pretty cool. The other thing also is if we scroll down, we can see all of the available proposals which we're able to vote on. As far as being able to sort through all these, I know it's quite a bit to look at. So it gives us the option at the top to sort by impact score. We can sort by proposal size, or we can choose random order. Impact score is the default option. Now, impact score is going to be the amount of kudos that this proposal had received throughout the entire review process. So the more popular that the proposal was within members of the community, the more recognition it received, the higher the impact score. So that's a cool way to be able to sort through all these different options. And the other way is going to be the proposal size. Now, the proposal size is going to be directly related to the requested amount of ADA for each specific proposal. And we can see here the largest amount requested was 2.5 million ADA. So it'll be interesting to see the amount of votes that that proposal gets. I think that's a pretty crazy high number. I think that's pretty much the entire fund for round 2. Not knocking the person that submitted that proposal, but I just think that's quite a bit of money to be able to submit for one of these proposals. But anyway, the other option is going to be random order. So this is going to sort them just based on randomness. It's going to be both the impact score and the requested amount. We can see it's just all kind of thrown in there all together. But to make things simple to look at, let's go ahead and sort these based on their impact score. So I just wanted to show you what we're looking at. Within the application, I actually did go through a few of these proposals just to get an idea before making this video. One thing I noticed is that when you actually tap on one of these proposals, as you can see that the title is actually going to be grayed out, as opposed to one that I haven't selected, it's actually still bold. Now, that's not going to affect the vote necessarily, it's just a UI quirk. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. You know, once you've already tapped on it, the title is going to be grayed out. So it's maybe a good thing, maybe it's not, but that's just one way to be able to tell on a proposal that you've already selected. So in this instance, take a look at the first proposal we can see is from Sebastian. So Sebastian is an incredible community member. I love everything that he's doing. I think what he's trying to do with this proposal, it's very reasonable, the amount of ADA he's requesting, and as well as what he's willing to put forth within his mission statement. So let's go ahead and tap on his proposal. Let's get some more information on what he's trying to do. So he wants to create a message signing standard, and we can see his impact score on the top right. We can see the amount of ADA that he's requesting. It shows us the problem that he's trying to address as well as the solution to do that. If we scroll down, we can also see some relevant experience. So it gives us some more information on why he would be a qualified person for this proposal. Next, we can also see the complete proposal and discussion. So when we tap on this option, what this is going to do, it's going to redirect you to the Cardano.ideascale website where we have the proposal. Now, I'm not going to do that in this video because what this will do is redirect you out of the app and then you'll have to log back in by entering your PIN code. So you have to go through that entire process again if you do that. One thing I would definitely recommend is checking out the link down in the description below. Shout out to Daniel with Phase Stake Pool. He actually went through and created a spreadsheet. I think it's a really valuable tool if you're actually looking at these proposals and you want to get more information. So he has got information related to each specific proposal, as well as the amount of ADA that they're requesting. So I would recommend that if you're looking for a one-stop shop. It's just going to make things a little bit easier to go through everything. And then if we scroll down at the very bottom, we can see that there is a thumbs up and a thumbs down. So just to explain this a little bit more in depth, when you vote thumbs up for a proposal, you're voting with 100% of your voting power. So in this instance, I've got 8,000 ADA as my voting power. This is going to upvote this proposal with 100% of my voting power. And likewise, if I do the thumbs down is also going to vote down this proposal with 100% of my voting power. So it's a good way to show your support, as well as, if you're not so keen on a specific proposal, you've got really, it's kind of like a double-edged sword there. So you definitely want to go through these, see which ones you support, see which ones that you do not, and vote accordingly. In this instance, I'm going to go ahead and tap on the thumbs up option to go ahead and select this proposal. I want to support Sebastian. I hope that his proposal gets funded. What it's saying is that your new vote is not yet processed by the blockchain. It's going to ask us to review and submit your vote by going to My Votes. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on that. But before I submit our votes by tapping on Cast My Vote, we can actually select a few more votes, and we can actually vote again if we need to. So pretty interesting how this works. I know that this is pretty much an experiment at this point, but let's actually go back to our dashboard. So I'm going to tap on the option at the bottom because I want to go through and I want to see more proposals and show more support for members in the community. So taking a look also, I was looking at Liquid, so Cardano DeFi lending. I think that this is a big use case. So I definitely want to support Dwayne Cameron, who's got the Liquid protocol being built. This is a DeFi lending application. So again, it shows us the amount requested, it shows us the impact score, problem, solution, and the relevant experience for this proposal. So let's go ahead and upvote, and what's going to ask us to go back to My Vote, so we'll tap on that. So let's go back to dashboard. So you guys can go through the entire process. As you can see, the workflow here I've kind of set up. It's really cool to see all this. I did go ahead and check out Lovelace Academy as well. Definitely going to be showing my support for Maria, Shweta, and Keith for their podcast. I think that a lot of these podcasts have a lot of viable use cases. If we're talking about building these applications, being able to spread the word about it, I think is also very important. Another one also is Kyle with Frog. He's got IoT utility dApps, signing transactions on the Arduino. I think that's really cool. I'm definitely going to be supporting him. ABCD, Joshua Akpen. You guys know we had Joshua on the Kaizen Crypto podcast. We were able to talk with him and find out what they're doing in Africa. So I definitely want to show my support there. Also, there's going to be the West Africa Decentralized Alliance by Mercy. So I want to see them do good things, and hoping that they get funded as well. So those are just some of the few names. Of course, ADA pools, there's the Pool Tool improvement proposal, so I definitely want to support that as well. Of course, supporting Big Pay with the Cardano Aura podcast. I think he's been doing incredible work. Umed as well. Umed's got the Slot Leader podcast, so definitely going to be showing my support there. He's actually had a lot of really cool speakers talking about finance and blockchain. If you guys do want to support our Cardano podcast, would greatly appreciate that as well. We've got the Kaizen Crypto Cardano podcast. So we're actually going to be doing a lot of the same as it comes to talking to developers, education. We're talking about news and updates and all that kind of stuff. So, if you are interested in supporting us, please do consider that as well. I'm going to go ahead and upvote our proposal. Let's go back to our dashboard, and then just to give you an idea of what the process looks like to actually downvote on some of these proposals. So let's say, for instance, there's a proposal that you didn't necessarily resonate with, and that you felt like shouldn't necessarily get funding for this specific round, maybe because you didn't like the idea, or maybe the amount that they were requesting was just outrageous. Let's actually see if we can find an example for that. So what I want to do is sort by proposal size. So let's go ahead and tap on this option. And what we can see is that some of these proposals have a very high requested amount of ADA, and they've also got a pretty low impact score. And it's nothing against the person that has submitted this proposal. I'm sure that they had incredible intentions with their proposal for funding, but I think that for this specific round, it just might not be the best use of capital. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these proposals, just to see what there is out there. So something like this right here, small sat telescopes on rideshare. I don't necessarily know if that's going to be the best use of funding for this specific proposal. Large satellite constellations are wreaking havoc on astronomy research. At the same time, the benefit to the rural and poor is incalculable. So I don't know if that's necessarily relevant to what we're trying to do with the second round of funding. So this is something that I would definitely consider downvoting. Of course, you guys want to make sure you're looking through these proposals and you're doing this research for yourself. Of course, I'm not telling you what to do with your vote. But for me personally, I think that this is something that I'm not supporting this specific round. So I'm going to go ahead and downvote this. And let's go back and then we can see my votes. So we can see here also it shows us this downvote along with all the upvotes. So what I wanted to go through next is go ahead and choose all of the proposals that I'd like to vote for, and then we'll go ahead and submit our votes. So I've gone through and selected some of these proposals that I like and some that I don't necessarily like. Essentially what I've got here, this is going to be showing us my votes, and then what we can do at the very bottom, so we can go ahead and select the option to cast my votes. Now there are a couple on here that I'd like to support. I mean, definitely the Decentralized Cloud Platform by Mark Stopka. There's a Pool to platform upgrade. There's a Cardano or a podcast, ABCD, Lovelace Academy, course, Kaizen Crypto Cardano podcast, Liquid. So these are some pretty cool proposals. There's a lot more which I will be supporting with my other application on my other device. So if you don't see your proposal up here, please don't be offended by that. It doesn't mean that I'm not supporting you at all. This is really just to help create this video so I can show the entire process. But what I want to do now is go ahead and cast my vote. So let's go ahead and tap on that. And the next screen that we can see here, it's saying that use your PIN to verify your vote submission. So let's go ahead and enter in our PIN code. After we went ahead and entered in our PIN code, we can tap on confirm. And what we can see now is that the votes are submitted to the blockchain. So it's saying that your vote has been sent and is processed by the blockchain. So let's go back to our dashboard. And this is going to take us right back to our main page. So that's pretty much the entire process of being able to vote. One thing I did want to say also is that you do have a couple weeks for this. I believe the final day to be able to vote is actually going to be January 3rd or January 4th. I'll be sure to include the exact date down in the description below. And then as well as the rewards. So I did want to go ahead and briefly touch on the rewards. Now this voting is incentivized. I was actually taking a look at one of the Catalyst Town Hall meetings, and they were saying that it's about 60 cents per 8,000 ADA. So it's really not a lot. As we can see here, my voting power for this example video is about 8,000. So maybe 60 cents to be able to vote. So I would say maybe $1 for every 10,000 ADA. So it's not much, but it's definitely something. And I think that the reason that it's not as high as it would have been is because they were anticipating maybe about 30 million ADA in terms of voting power for participation. And I'm sure we're probably going to be well above that. But I feel like for right now, it's all experimental. And I think that it's really just a good way to figure out what works and what doesn't. So guys, that's pretty much the entire process of being able to vote. I would definitely recommend you guys check out the links down in the description if you do want to check out that spreadsheet, again, made by Daniel from Face Stake Pool. Shout out to him. Thank you so much for that. And of course, if you are interested in supporting our YouTube channel and our podcast, please do consider voting for our Kaizen Crypto Cardano podcast. If you do have any questions, please be sure to let me know down in the comments section below, and I'll do my best to help answer any questions for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video here today. Hopefully you guys now have a better idea of how to go about voting on some of your favorite Project Catalyst proposals. If you did enjoy this video here today, please do consider dropping a like for me, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That way you can stay up to date with all the Cardano information. I want to go ahead and let you all know that with our Project Catalyst proposal, we're really going to be trying to step up our game as far as the content, as far as the quality. So would really appreciate your consideration if you're interested in supporting our channel and helping us grow. Definitely be sure to consider voting for the Kaizen Crypto Cardano podcast. All right, everyone, that is what I have for you all here in this video today. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.